welcome back to a new video. So as you can tell, I was sick. That's why there was not a Thursday video. I actually have been trying to post Tuesdays and Thursdays, but Erin and I got sick. We had a head cold, we had sore throats, and just congestion, which doesn't help with pregnancy either, congestion. So that's where I've been. We're doing a lot better. We just have like a residue left over from our cold, but we are getting better. No fevers or anything, so not COVID, just a regular head cold. But yes, welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be a second trimester recap, and I'm just going to be talking about my experience with the second trimester and all of the symptoms that I had, and yeah, just things like that. So if I look down at anything, it's because I have my little planner. Oh, I love my planner. It's so cute, guys. Look at it. It's like gold and like little inserts. It's not done yet. I just got it, but you just like flip it. You can have your calendar, write everything that you need to do in it. Love it. So yeah, so when I look down, it's because I have like notes written down. But yeah, so I'm going to be talking about my second trimester. I am 31 weeks. Yeah, 31 weeks. I'm 31 weeks, and I have about 8 weeks left in the pregnancy. So obviously I needed to get this out just so that you guys kind of are right along with me in this journey that we're on. But the weeks usually are anywhere from starting 13, 14 to 28 weeks. So basically first trimester ended in 13 and started a second trimester. So a lot of like the symptoms that are super basic that a lot of pregnant women get. Again, everyone is different, everybody's body is different, so obviously it's not everyone, but just like the basic kind of common thing and a lot of the things that I got. So I'm going to list the symptoms that I got, and then I'll go through and talk about them. So the first one obviously is a growing belly. The next thing is Braxton Hicks, skin changes, nasal problems, leg cramps, TMI, vaginal discharge, and the last thing, very emotional. So there was more, and there's a lot more symptoms, and again, everybody is different, so many different symptoms for everyone. But those are my symptoms for the second trimester. So obviously growing belly, baby's growing. So your belly's naturally going to grow as well. And at the end of this video, I'll show you the belly where it's at. Braxton Hicks. So with Erin, I actually didn't start getting Braxton Hicks until like basically the end of the second trimester. Well, actually into the last few weeks of pregnancy. Actually, like I didn't get any Braxton Hicks before then. But with baby girl, Braxton Hicks kind of started happening somewhere around like 24, 25 weeks, which is basically normal. It's just your body preparing and practicing for labor. But yeah, I did start early on, and I do get it very randomly. It's not anything concerning or anything. It's just very random. But Braxton Hicks, skin changes. So what I noticed that happened with Erin, that is also happening with this pregnancy, is my armpits get really dark. And you know, you get that linea negra down your belly. You get that dark line down your belly. But also you get a lot of skin changes, which a lot of women also like get, and they're all different. So with Erin, I had like I don't even know what that word is, the redness on your skin, the rosacea, I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry, but I had the red cheek, like all of this was red with him, and I had my dark armpits. But with this pregnancy, I don't have the redness, but I still do have the dark armpits. So I always tend to like stay in like longer sleeve or short sleeve shirts, just because I don't like how that looks, and it only happens during pregnancy. So That's one thing I've noticed with pregnancies with me, is the dark armpits, and it's just like, it's not fun. And with Aaron, it was easy to hide because it was winter. It's summer here in Georgia, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees outside, so it's definitely hard, but you know, you make it work. But that nasal problems, so it doesn't really help that I'm like a little sick and have a stuffy nose now. But with both pregnancies, towards the middle of the second trimester and on, I would get congested a lot, so it was hard for me to breathe at night and go to sleep. It felt like you always had a cold, but just like at night when you were going to sleep, like it was just like there. So I've had that and nosebleeds, and that's very common for me in my experience for both pregnancies, nasal problems and nosebleeds. So yeah, those are the main things with that. The next thing is leg cramps. So ever since I was a young girl, I had always been active, and I always had issues with leg cramps, like always. And it always happens so far twice already in my pregnancies, where in the second trimester, I start to get really bad leg cramps, especially while I'm sleeping. And I'll wake up with a leg cramp, and it's hard to get to because of my belly. So leg cramps have definitely been a thing. Even though I drink water, a lot of water, and I keep water on my nightstand, it still happens. So that's one thing that I do get a lot in the second trimester. I got a lot in the second trimester. TMI, vaginal discharge. It's natural. It happens. It's just a part of. I did notice a difference though with my first pregnancy and this one. My first pregnancy, vaginal discharge and yeast infections were extremely common, and it happened a lot, and I didn't understand why, but it was just a part of pregnancy. With this one, there is discharge, but definitely not as bad as when I was pregnant with Aaron, and also no yeast infections, thank God, because that is literally the worst. But so yeah, that's the big difference that I've seen between the two. And then both pregnancies, very emotional. I have like crazy mood swings, not like psychopath mood swings, but just like enough to like, you know, it's not me. And like my sister is so ready for me to not be pregnant, because she says I'm very just like almost unreasonable at times, which is true. I don't understand why, but I'm assuming it's just a part of pregnancy. And any little thing will make me cry, and it's just a whole thing. So emotion is definitely skyrocketed during the second trimester. So that, and then I guess I can tell you my experience of what to expect in your second trimester. This is again my experience, my opinion. Honestly, the only thing I can really say is you get to experience baby movements. You get to really feel your baby moving and kicking, and you get to learn a lot of your baby. But it does get harder the further along you get. Back pain, and oh, that's another thing. Like with my first pregnancy, I had just back pain. With this pregnancy is a lot of hip pain and some back pain. So I've also learned that each pregnancy is different. I mean, I knew that before, but once you actually go through it, you realize like, wow, there's so many differences that happen in each pregnancy that you're just not aware of, or that you heard of before and you didn't have with one pregnancy, but you did with the next. So that experience, it's definitely been a lot of fun, being able to experience both separate sets of just symptoms in general. But my experience so far in my second trimester was pretty good, compared to my second trimester with my son, only because I had back pain early on because he was a really big baby, and this one didn't until towards the end of the second trimester. So yeah, that's kind of what happened with me. And honestly, cravings, that's another thing. I haven't really had any cravings. I haven't noticed any food aversions as well. It's really just been kind of basic, no nothing. I think the only thing that I can say that I've been craving is my mother-in-law's mac and cheese. She makes a really good homemade mac and cheese. So that is like the only thing that I've been craving, and I still haven't had it. So it's been a little rough with that. But other than that, no food aversions or food cravings or anything like that. But yeah, that is my second trimester kind of recap, kind of long, but second trimester is a little longer. And at that point, towards the end of your second trimester, that's when your appointments become 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. So I am at 2 weeks now. But yeah, that's it. There's nothing else to update. Very, kind of basic, honestly, nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. In my experience, ultrasounds ended at 20 weeks, so I won't be able to see her until 36 weeks. So I still have a while to go. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you guys next time in a new video. And this is the belly. Here she is, baby girl. There, right there. Yep. But that's it for this video. Bye.